Good late afternoon, everybody. I think we're about ready to get started. I'm going to ask that everybody remain seated during the processional so that everybody can get a good view of our graduates. So if we get ready to cue the music, it's my distinct honor to present the Minnesota State University Mankato Master of Social Work graduating class of 2023. I'm going to say this, you're going to have a lot of eyes on you for about an hour or so, okay? as you should. Welcome graduates, family, friends, faculty, and other invited guests, both those of you in the room and those of you watching online. So there are cameras, so just so you all know, we are being live streamed. This is to the 2023 MSW Recognition Celebration. My name is Nancy Fitzsimmons. I've been part of the MSW program since its inception and was recently stepped back into the MSW program director role. On behalf of the MSW faculty, I am pleased to welcome you to the 15th MSW Recognition Celebration. To our graduates, if you did not know, you are the 15th graduating class. Yay! Woo! We are here to recognize and celebrate your formidable accomplishment of earning a Master of Social Work degree. Now, just a little housekeeping. If you haven't already done so, please silence or turn off your ringer on your cell phone. Everybody's doing that now. And hopefully I did too, which I did. Thank you. So I'd like to begin our celebration by introducing and acknowledging those persons who've contributed to the success of the MSW program and our graduates' social work education. Some people have worked behind the scenes, while others were intricately involved as educators, advisors, and mentors. Please stand when I call your name so you can be recognized. Deborah Gohagen, Chair of the Department of Social Work. How about if you all stay standing and we'll just do one big clap at the end? Okay. Abby Maltier, MSW Faculty Education Director. David Beimers, MSW Faculty. Ross Algard, MSW Faculty. Tiffany Breckard-Ridge, our newest MSW Faculty. Rachel Credit. Rachel's in the back. She does get an applause. Administrative Assistant. Marie Worrell, also in the back. Marie is our former administrative assistant, and now she's the director of operations in the College of Allied Health and Nursing. We'd also like to recognize, you need to stand up, Fiona Swanson, one of our adjunct instructors. Thank you for coming, Fiona. And to Teresa Dworak. Is Teresa here? Yes, one of our other adjunct instructors. Thank you for being here. I'd also like to recognize, even though they're not here, but they may be watching online, all of our generalist and specialist year MSW field instructors. And please stand if any of you are in the audience, just in case. No, but maybe they're watching. And finally, I want to acknowledge Dr. Kimberly Zamet, MSW faculty, and our outgoing MSW program director. Dr. Zamet is unable to be here today, but later in the program, you will watch a video message from her. So you all should have our program. On the back page of your program, you will find a complete list of social work faculty along with other additional acknowledgments. So we're not going to go through everybody. So this is for all of you, but I know I'm sort of standing to your back, so it's kind of the weird setup that we have here.
There we go.
Okay. Anyway, as I was preparing this welcome, I looked back on the words I shared with our first 2 graduating classes. Today, I am borrowing from some of those sentiments shared. I titled those remarks, "One journey ends, another journey begins." This day represents the end of one journey and the beginning of another. The journey began when you made the decision to submit your application for admission to our MSW program. Each of you shared your reasons for wanting to earn your MSW degree, what you hope to gain from this program, what you would contribute, and how you would use your degree to pursue your goals and for the betterment of your future clients, employers, communities, and the profession. The journey continued when you accepted our offer of admission. I imagine that at some point along the way you thought, what in the world did I get myself into? Maybe. I expect that many of the family and friends today had similar thoughts, if you've been a part of all of this, right? Yet through all the challenges, you persevered. There is a Chinese proverb that says, to get through the hardest journey, we need to take only one step at a time. But we must keep stepping. You each achieved your goal because you just kept stepping. Graduates, as you look around, you are surrounded by the people who have shared this journey with you. Social work faculty and staff who professed, critiqued, challenged, praised, advised, mentored, and hopefully inspired you along the way. Student colleagues, this is you, right? Student colleagues who befriended, collaborated, commiserated, encouraged, celebrated, and made this journey bearable, if not enjoyable at times. Finally, family members and friends who listened, consoled, put up with, supported, and most importantly, loved you despite the ups and downs that you experienced along the way. Today, you get to reflect upon where you began and where you have come. We hope that we have ignited your passion for social work and that you can say without hesitation that the journey was well worth your time, energy, and effort. Today, we all join you in reveling in your achievement. Our dean, Dean Patricia Marinsick, couldn't be here today, but she did share a message. I would like to welcome Dr. Ross Allgard to the stage to share Dean Marinsick's words to all of you.
I'm going to break this. There we go. Comments from the Dean. Dean's greetings to our graduates, parents, partners, family, and friends. I want to acknowledge those who have supported your graduates through this journey, and to our graduates of the Minnesota State University Mankato Master of Social Work program. Your passion, your intellect, your work ethic, your steadfast commitment to your studies, and the ability to adapt to our changing environment demonstrates the very qualities that will serve you in the next chapter as you pursue your career in social work. I am confident that you will make significant contributions to the many challenges facing families today. Each of you will be part of the solution to address the critical workforce shortage of health professionals, growing health disparities, and issues surrounding access to care for those living in our rural communities. At no time in history has there been greater need for the services provided by our MSW graduates across the lifespan and in the behavioral health arena. Some advice from the Dean. Take the best of what our faculty or preceptors and clinical experience have provided to you. Incorporate this knowledge and new skills into your professional practice along with the unique strengths and skills that you as an individual will contribute to the profession. Remember that when all is said and done, you will not be remembered for your accomplishments, though no doubt there will be many. You will, however, be remembered for how you made people feel. Be kind. I want to end by saying, remember, you always have a home here at MSU Mankato. Your Maverick family. Stay in touch. We may be looking for you in the future to mentor the next generation of MSW students, share your expertise, and continue what is a 50-year tradition of Minnesota State University social work. Congratulations, Mavericks, and best wishes for a rewarding career.
Thank you, Dr. Aldard, and for delivering the Dean's message to our graduates. Now on to our student speakers. Where are we? Wendy, where's Wendy? Yeah, and Callie. Okay, good. So it is a tradition in these celebrations for our graduates to select a student speaker admitted to the traditional two-year program and a student speaker from the advanced standing program. For those of you who don't know, our traditional program is for students who earned an undergraduate degree in any discipline besides social work. So that's why they have to be here for 2 years. Students admitted to our advanced standing program already have an undergraduate degree in social work, which means they enter into the specialist or the second year of our program. I am pleased to introduce the first of two student speakers, Wendy Tugas. Wendy was selected by her peers admitted to the traditional program to deliver a message to our graduates. Please join me in welcoming Wendy.
It is truly an honor to be speaking to you all today as a member of the MSW class of 2023. Oh, shoot. But specifically, it's an honor to speak as a member of the traditional cohort. As Dr. Fitzsimmons mentioned, the traditional cohort was a group of women who came from backgrounds other than social work. This specific group, go ahead and raise your hands real quick. We brought with us knowledge in journalism, history, kinesiology, Chinese, Spanish, psychology, corrections, alcohol and drug studies, women's studies, art, and community psychology. Thank you very much. For that first year, there were 16 of us, but timing isn't always on our side, and then it became 13. In the second year, we combined forces with the advanced standing cohort, and we became the collective you see up here today. Rewinding to that first year, in our very first class with Dr. Fitzsimmons, known from here on out as Dr. F, she mentioned looking forward to watching how we grow as a cohort. She said, some become very close, some are thick as thieves, and some don't ever gel and just keep to themselves. We created our own category. I wouldn't call us close, but we did not keep to ourselves. What we experienced was a group of women who, at the 11th hour, the darkest hour, the hour before you even knew you were in trouble, and there were so many of these hours, every single person was there to lift you up. We may not have been close, but the moment someone was in trouble, all hands on deck. There wasn't competition. There was only support. This exceptional group of individuals never hesitated to help each other, and it happened constantly. So I want to take my time up here to recognize the women who not only worked ferociously hard on their own, but worked just as hard to make sure we were all going to end up on this stage. Emma showed an unconditional kindness that I thought only existed in theory. Her humor is of unprecedented sharpness. How she was able to sum up how we were all feeling at any given time with a hilarious yet brutally honest one-sentence summary helped remind us to laugh, even when that laughing turned into a weird, long laugh cry. Carly spoke softly, but always shook the room with her intensely thoughtful responses. She was focused, intelligent, and had a self-assurance that was an antidote to my insecurities. Her openness and authenticity created a pathway for all of us to do the same. And I believe we grew stronger as a group because of that. Erin was so open in sharing her growth with us the entirety of the past 2 years. The difference from her first presentation to the last, from note cards and a quiet voice, to the last one, where she was looking directly at Dr. F during her presentation, which is very intimidating to do, especially when you know what Dr. F's "I'm focused and I'm listening to you" face looks like. It was incredible to watch that transformation. Nika's wealth of knowledge was an asset for us all, and she's so humble. She was so generous with her time. If you had a question, Nika would tell you everything she knew about it and refer you to additional places for you to get more information. Even though some of us scared Nika with how much we overshared, she never shut us out. She slowly warmed up to us, and I'll never forget overhearing Nika opening up more than usual to her policy group at the table next to my table, and doing a solid yes. Nada was on the shyer side, but that never stopped her from helping you when you needed it. Thanks to forced group work, we got to see more of this monumentally compassionate woman, an incredible artist, excellent writer, push herself outside of her comfort zone, and we watched her flourish. Maria has this natural ability to always see the strengths in everyone. She has X-ray vision and not only sees the strengths within us, but then she tells us when she sees it. When she did that, she reminded us of our own strength. And I didn't know how much I needed that until reflecting back on it. You kept us all going with your gift. Deanne often translated what we were learning in the classroom into what it actually looks like and how it actually operates in the real world. Deanne was and is always thinking, spinning her wheels faster and faster. Deanne's drive to always be learning is motivating and contagious, and she was always cheering for us. Allie is a natural community builder, consistently inviting the group to get together to study, attending the online class together, or get together socially. Allie also operated as mother time. Beginning the first week of classes, Allie always shared how many more months, and then weeks, and then days, and then hours we had until graduation. The latest message from Allie was this morning it's graduation day! To know Nicole means to know what it's like to be accepted exactly as you are. You never feel like she's judging you because she's not. She is truly accepting you and everything that comes with you. She is also hands down the most intimidating academic writer I have ever worked with. Julie's calmness and level-headedness was critical in our times of turmoil, confusion, and frustration. It was a source of hope that we would get to the other side of this. Julie's intervention for providing comfort are quite versatile and include being able to burst into a Southern accent if needed in order to comfort you. Emily was top-tier organized. She kept us all on track the entire 2 years. She created a group chat. She created spreadsheets so we could all keep track of what was due and when for each class. Any resource she found, she shared it with the group. Emily's kindness and compassion was a constant reminder of what it felt like to be believed in and supported. Anna's positivity was a warm cloud we could land on when it was really, really hard. She also expects you to be positive too. If you are negative around her, she will reframe, and then she will say, dude, positive vibes only. And last but not least, we would not be here. I'm scheduled to cry here, so that's fine. We wouldn't be here without every single one of you. As social workers, we understand that people are shaped by their environment. And thanks to this incredible environment right here, we made it to the end. To those of you who pushed us to apply, who didn't have time for our self-doubt, and reminded us how very capable we were to complete a master's program, thank you. To the people we were closest to. Maybe none of us fully understood what this journey was going to look like for us, let alone the toll it would take on our relationships with you. We know this was not easy on you. We missed phone calls, missed soccer and hockey games, weren't very responsive, cried a lot, were exhausted, and we struggled to give. Your support, in whatever form it took, may have left you feeling like it wasn't enough, but it was everything. Graduates, please take a moment and look where you are. Look at the environment we have the privilege to be a part of. To our environment, look at what happens when you support others, lift them up, and remind them of their strength when they may have forgotten. And for everyone, don't let that stop here. Thank you.
My notes say thank you, Wendy, for, and then it's a blank line. Just thank you, Wendy, for you. Our next student speaker is Callie Four. Callie was selected by her peers admitted to the Advanced Standing Program. Please join me in welcoming Callie.
Ladies and gentlemen, honored faculty, and my fellow graduates, today we gather to celebrate our remarkable achievement of completing our masters. We have mastered stress management, hectic schedules, multitasking, and procrastination. We have mastered staying up until 11:59 p.m., writing a 10-page paper within minutes of it being due, navigating campus parking, and the Asian fusion business hours. Am I right, Michelle? Yes, it's a relief to be done, degree in hand. But there is one thing I'm going to miss, and that is the perfect excuse to get out of any social situation. Oh, I can't, I have a paper due at midnight. Oh. That excuse has been used a lot in my household. I haven't washed a dish in 14 months. I had no idea what I was going to share with you today. And then a few weeks ago, at a baby shower, discussing with my family, concluding my schoolwork and my upcoming graduation, I had my aunt ask me, so when you graduate, then will you be happy? For those of you who know me, I am sure it is a shock that I was rendered speechless by this question. I want to share my answer with all of you, because this question got me thinking about how people, including us in this room, often view higher education and accomplishments. In this world, we define ourselves by our achievements, our careers, the titles we hold, and we identify as school social worker, hospice social worker, clinical social worker, mental health, ER, substance use, professor, micro, macro, meso. We strive relentlessly to build successful lives, chasing the perfect grade, the perfect job after graduation, passing our licensing exam, continuing education hours, and the ever-elusive pursuit of having it all. Our careers and professional pursuits are important, yes. And today surely is a remarkable achievement, don't get me wrong. This day will provide us the opportunity to utilize our unique skills that Wendy shared. We will chase our passions and make a positive impact in this world. However, this should not define us. Our true worth is not found in the accolades we receive or the position we hold or the exam that we pass or fail. I told my aunt that regardless of my degree, my happiness and my identity lies in something much greater. I believe that our true identity is not defined by society's standards, but rather the unfathomable love and grace extended to us through Christ Jesus. He created us, and we are fearfully, wonderfully made with unique gifts and talents to make a difference in this world. I want each of you to know how deeply loved and accepted you are by Him. And that understanding can bring a sense of freedom to your life. It liberates us from the pressures of striving for worldly success, and it allows us to find peace in knowing that we are enough just as we are. If you feel lost, unfulfilled, or less than, it is my prayer that through Him, you are able to discover your purpose, your worth, and your ultimate fulfillment. If this is you and you want to experience the transformative power of God's grace in your life, please reach out to me after. I have my family here today. And any one of them would also be happy to listen to your story or your current trials and just pray with you as you embark on this next phase of your life, even if you don't know where that is. And so, my dear friends, I congratulate each one of you on this significant milestone. And as we step into this world with our master's degree in hand, let us strive for excellence while holding fast to the truth that our identities are not in our work. As it is written in Isaiah 1:17, defend the orphaned and the oppressed, take up the cause of the fatherless, and plead the case of the widow. May God bless you all abundantly in your future endeavors. Congratulations, MSW class of 2023. Thank you.
Thank you, Callie. So now we come to the part of the celebration that I know you all came here for. The recognition of each of our MSW graduates. If you look at your program on page 3, which doesn't have page numbers, by the way, sorry, you will see the names of our 31 graduates, along with the names of their specialist year practicum agencies, which is where they did their substantive practical work during this second year or the specialist year of their program. Now, to ensure that this part of the celebration runs smoothly, we're going to start with a demonstration of how this is going to go, okay? Now, I sent all of our graduates a link to a video to show how to do the hooding. How many of you watched the video? Okay, we have a few hands. That means that a whole lot of you didn't, right? And have no idea what you're doing, right? So we're going to walk through this, okay? So first, for those family or friends doing the hooding, and everybody's getting hooded, right?
Correct.
Yeah. No pinning, all hooding? Okay. You will want to pay attention to where your graduate's name, when your graduate's name is going to be called, so you can make your way to the stage. So we're going to start with the first row, and then we're going to go to the second row, and then we're going to go to the third. Now, everybody, you can see your family member in the first row, right? Okay, and we're going to start here on the Maria. Right. That's your right, okay? Okay, so we're going to start here, okay? And once we've gotten all the way through to Nada, okay, we're going to go to the second row. And in case you can't see your family members in the second row, why don't you guys just quickly stand up and wave? Second row, okay? See where they are, right? Okay, so after Nada, okay, Kaylee's going to start the next row, okay? And then we'll get to the third row. You guys can stand up and wave. Okay, find your okay. So you're not going to need to line up for a little while. Okay, okay. So now that you know sort of the order, we are going to do a demonstration of the hooding, and I'm going to ask Dr. Tiffany Breckenridge and our Field Education Director Abby Maltier to help with the demonstration. Okay, so Tiffany, why don't you please proceed to where there are signs that say "Line up here." Okay. And Abby's going to come here and she's going to pretend that she's getting hooded, which she did. You were the class of what?
2014.
Class of 2014. So what's going to happen is once this demonstration is over, I'm going to invite my colleague, Dr. David Beimers, up to the stage, and he's going to read the names and recognize the graduate. The graduate's name, as you're going to be called, is going to go up and stand on the X. Okay? And family, as you know your family members coming, you're going to just quietly make your way over here, and you're going to just quietly, right? So don't wait to get out of your seat until it's time to call their name. It's going to be a long ceremony. So you're going to come up with your hood in hand. You're going to come to the center. Okay. Now Tiffany's going to demonstrate how to do the hooding. And Abby, if you want to turn around so they can kind of all see. Now, if you don't do it like this, nobody's going to care. Just get the hood on, okay? Just get the hood on, okay? And then after the hooding happens, you're going to hug and write. Family, feel free to take pictures. Come down if you need to. All we ask is that when it's the next person's turn, you're not obstructing anybody's view, right? Okay, then family, you're going to exit to the other side of the stage, go back to your seat, and graduate, you're going to go over to that side and you'll get your diploma cover, and you will get your MSW pin, and then you'll come back to your seat. So that's how it's going to work. Okay. So, Dr. Beimers, why don't you begin with the part you've all been waiting for.
Good afternoon. Just one additional note, the hood will get caught on your mortarboard, so just be prepared for that. Our first graduate is Maria Jeremiahson. Maria completed her practicum at the Forensic Mental Health Program, and her field instructors were Sarah Edwards and Nicole Gettle-Morales. Her advisor was David Beimers. She is being hooded by my husband and best coach, Jeff. Maria offers thanks. She says, first, I've been part of the same fantastic agency for 34 years, and I want to thank Jeff for being the co-founder of Family Jeremiahson. I'm pretty sure my heart couldn't have handled these past 2 years if I hadn't been securely in his care. Second, I want to thank my kids, Signe, Jorgen, Emma, Tyler, who helped me have the best first career. Seeing the good humans each of you are, I just feel so fortunate to be your mom, the hardest, best job ever. You each have showed me ways to be a better, kinder, and stronger human. Finally, thank you to my mom and dad, Mary Lou and Lauren Scott. They instilled the code of ethics in me as they have simply lived and modeled it each and every day of their lives with a strong emphasis on the human importance of human relationships. I am grateful and my heart is full. Next, we have Nicole Smith. Nicole completed her practicum at the Minnesota Assistance Council for Veterans, or MACV. Her field instructor was Kate Brune, and her off-site field instructor was Teresa Dworak. Her advisor was Dr. Kim Zamet. She's being hooded by Vicki Smith, her mother, and Scott Smith, her father. Nicole offers big thanks for friends and family for their love and support, and a big thank you to my teachers and cohort for walking this road with me and for always being a rock to lean on. This has truly been a challenging journey, but one I will forever be grateful for. Next, we have Deanne Prouty. Deanne completed her practicum with the Minnesota Governor's Council on Developmental Disabilities. Her field instructor was Dr. Colleen Wick. Her offsite instructor was Therese Dworak. And her advisor was Dr. Nancy Fitzsimmons. She is being hooded by her husband, Lance Prouty. And she offers thanks for friends and parents and her children, Augustus, Joseph, Louis, and Greta. And a very special thank you to my husband, Lance. Next, we have Emily Whitaker. Emily completed her practicum at Relate Counseling Center, and her field instructor was Rachel Takazawa. Her advisor is Dr. Nancy Fitzsimmons, and she is being hooded by her mom, Anne, and her dad, Pat. She would like to thank her mom and dad, her brother Sean, sister-in-law Brittany, friends, classmates, faculty, and supervisors for all their love and support. You all helped make this journey possible. Next, we have Allie Paulson. Allie completed her practicum at Edina Public Schools, and her field instructors were Kristen Wetzel and Andrew Keel. Her advisors, Dr. Kim Zammit. She's being hooded by her parents, Megan, Michael, Brian, and Marcy. Allie offers thanks to her parents, family, friends, faculty, Edina Public Schools, and the village it took for me to get here. Thank you for supporting and believing in me the past 2 years while completing this program and helping me complete what I once thought was impossible for myself to achieve. Next, we have Anna Lahr. Anna completed her practicum at Ridgeview Medical Center. Her field instructor was Leslie Jensen. Her advisor was Dr. Nancy Fitzsimmons, and she's being hooded by Darren and Carrie. Anna would like to thank family, friends, classmates, and faculty for helping me get to where I am right now. I could not have made it these past 2 years without all your support and patience. Next is Emma Doherty. Emma completed her practicum at Prairie Island Indian Community. Her field instructor was Ann Turnbull, her advisor, Dr. Nancy Fitzsimmons, and she's being hooded by Seth Doherty and Karen Doherty. She thanks her family, friends, Hugh, of course, and the incredible cohort I have walked alongside for the past 2 years. Next, we have Wendy Tugas. Wendy completed her practicum at Care Counseling in Mankato. Her field instructors were Julia Lambert and Valerie Klinkberg. Her advisor was Dr. Kim Zammit, and she's being hooded by Joey and Raleigh. My boys, she thanks her boys, Joey and Raleigh, her husband Dan, her mom, her dad, Shelly and Sam, Ann and Jake Fee, Evan Roosh and Kelly and Klink, our librarians, and everyone in my cohort who responded to my panicked texts. Our next graduate is Carly Manderfeld. Carly completed her practicum at the Mayo Clinic Health System in Mankato, and her field instructors were Taryn Wicks and Hannah Tweet. Her advisor is Dr. Ross Allgard, and she's being hooded by Drew Dower. Carly thanks her family, incredible cohort, and partner Drew for his kindness, patience, and understanding that snacks are the world's greatest stress reliever. And next we have Nada Wantos. Nada completed her practicum at the Leo Hoffman Center, Clinical Services. Her field instructor was Noria Zulke, and her offsite instructor was Therese Dorak. Her advisor was Dr. Ross Allgard, and she's being hooded by her mom and dad. Nada thanks her family, friends, and everyone who has supported me through this journey. Next, we have Kaylee Warner. Kaylee completed her practicum at Janesville Waldorf Pemberton School District. Her field instructor was Laura Strunk. Her advisor is Dr. Kim Zamet, and she's being hooded by Willow Warner and Jesse Warner. She offers thanks for her husband, Jesse, her daughter Willow, parents, Dan and Linda, Shadrick, and in-laws, Carrie and Merle Warner. Without your unwavering care, support, love, and encouragement, this endeavor would not have been possible. Next, we have Kaylee Olson. Kaylee completed her practicum with Prairie Care Medical Group, and her field instructor was Jess Rugroden. Her offsite instructor was Stacy Rutt, and advisor Dr. Kimberly Zamet. She's being hooded by her mom, and she thanks her mother, Lori, my on-site supervisor, Jess Rugroden, my off-site field instructor, Stacy Rutt, and Dr. Kim Zamet, and all the family, friends, and faculty that have helped me get here today. You are all so important to me and have taught me so much. Next, we have Crystal Haugen. Crystal completed her practicum at Families and Transition Services, and her field instructor was Laura Skogland. Her offsite instructor was Teresa Dworak, and her advisor, Dr. Nancy Fitzsimmons. She's being hooded by her mom, Donette, and her dad, Mark. She offers thanks to her mom, her dad, Colleen, and Cassidy, along with everyone else that has stood by my side along the way. Our next graduate is Erin Sudbeck. Erin completed her practicum with Brown County Children's Services, and her field instructor was Laura Filson. Her advisor was Dr. Nancy Fitzsimmons, and she's being hooded by her mother and father. She offers thanks to family and friends who helped me get to where I am today. You know who you are, especially my mother, stepfather, and two friends, Molly and Megan. Our next graduate is Haley Wilhelm. Haley completed her practicum at Bloomington Public Schools Pond Clinic, and her field instructor was Dr. Ross Allgard. Her advisor is Dr. Nancy Fitzsimmons, and she's being hooded by Mark Wilhelm and Terry Wilhelm. She offers thanks to her parents, Mark and Terry, her aunt, Mary Sandbergen, and the MSU faculty and Mike cohort. Our next graduate is Dominika Dominski. Nika completed her practicum with the Public Defender's Office, 3rd Judicial District, and her field instructor was Angela Johnson. Her offsite instructor was Teresa Dworak, and her advisor, Dr. Ross Allgard. She's being hooded by Beta Dominski, and I would like to thank my parents, my fiance, and my grandma. Our next graduate is Crystal Morales. Crystal completed her practicum at Nova House in New Ulm. Her field instructor was Katie Shadrick, her off-site instructor Stacy Rutt, and her advisor Dr. Ross Allgard. She's being hooded by Forrest Deem and Opal Deem, her children, and she offers thanks to her children Forrest and Opal, my grandmother Patricia Mullins, my mother Beatrice Duggan, my family, friends, the MSW faculty, and the Nova House team. Our next graduate is Julie Bishop. Julie completed her practicum with Minnesota Oncology, and her field instructor was Nicole Rietzma. Her off-site instructor, Stacy Wright. Her advisor was Dr. Ross Allgard, and she's being hooded by Phil and Kitty Bishop, her parents. She offers thanks to family, friends, and classmates who helped me through this and believed that I could do more than what I thought I could do. And Mango, who has attended just as many Zoom classes as I have at this point. Our next graduate is Cassie Rigdon. Cassie completed her practicum with CERTI Psychological Services. Her field instructor was Steve Larson, her advisor, Dr. Nancy Fitzsimmons, and she's being hooded by Hunter Rigdon, my biggest motivation. She offers thanks to family and friends for their unconditional love and support. A special thank you to my dad and brother for pushing me to chase my dreams and keeping me sane. Our next graduate is Yuriana Soto. Yuriana completed her practicum with the South Central Crisis Center, and her field instructors were Taylor Van Allen and Tina Olson, and her advisor was David Beimers. She's being hooded by Maria Soto and Vincente Soto. She'd like to offer thanks to all of her professors, her husband, and family supporting her on this important journey. And she says, I would like to also thank my practicum site for allowing me to grow as a professional. Our next graduate is Alicia Nelson. Alicia completed her practicum with Mankato Mental Health Associates. Her field instructor was Ted Clements, her advisor Dr. Ross Allgard, and she's being hooded by Tyler Knopfsey. She thanks Tyler Knopfsey, Laura Graber, Michelle Knopfsey, and my friends and family members who have provided their support and encouragement throughout my journey in this program. Our next graduate is McKenna Raker. McKenna completed her practicum with Counseling Services of Southern Minnesota, and her field instructor was Molly Weinberger. Her off-site instructor was Teresa Dworak. Her advisor, Dr. Kim Zamed. She's being hooded by her mother, Mary Davis, and her father, Dustin Raker. McKenna says, I'm thankful to have had a wonderful support system throughout this journey. I'd like to thank my family and friends for all the support, encouragement, and patience they have shown. I would also like to thank all the MSW professors and faculty for sharing their knowledge, experience, and time that has helped us to get where we are today. Thank you. Our next graduate is Paige Peterson. Paige completed her practicum at Fernbrook Family Center in Owatonna, and her field instructor was Rochelle Schultz. Her advisor was David Beimers, and she's being hooded by Abe Peterson, her husband. She'd like to thank her parents for all their support over the years, and her husband for dealing with all the ups and downs of graduate school. Our next graduate is Angela Dabu. Angela completed her practicum with Counseling Services of Southern Minnesota. Her field instructor was Michelle Oland Youngberg, her advisor David Beimers, and she's being hooded by Vernice and Rick Dabu. and she'd like to thank her family. Our next graduate is Taylor Ernst. Taylor also completed her practicum with Counseling Services of Southern Minnesota. Her field instructor was Becca Call, her offsite instructor Stacy Rutt, and her advisor Dr. Ross Allgard. She's being hooded by her parents, Sherry and Pat Ernst. Taylor would like to thank her family for their support, encouragement, and love throughout her college experience, as well as the professors and supervisors who have instructed and coached her through her education. Our next graduate is Paige Pittman. Paige completed her practicum with Fernbrook Family Center in Waseca. Her field instructor is Bethany Mueller, her advisor, Dr. Kimberly Zammit, and she's being hooded by Christy Wolf. Paige would like to thank her mom, her sister, Blake, Ken, and all her friends, professors, and her supervisor for the support along the way through this journey. Our next graduate is Hannah Van Otterloo. Hannah completed her practicum with Mankato Public Schools, District 77. Her field instructor was Tiana Iverson, her offsite instructor Stacy Rutt, and advisor Kim Zammit. She's being hooded by Josie Van Otterloo, her mom. And Hannah would like to thank her family for supporting and helping her throughout this journey. Our next graduate is Michelle Dahman. Michelle completed her practicum with NK Insights. Her field instructor was Natalie Kenyon, her advisor Dr. Kim Zammit, and she's being hooded by Cody Dahman, her husband. Michelle would like to thank her husband, Cody, for his patience and kindness this past year, her parents, Tim and Teresa, for feeding and supporting us, and my friends for allowing me to neglect them. Our next graduate is Callie Four. Callie completed her practicum with Greater Mankato Area United Way. Her field instructor is Elizabeth Harstad, and her advisor, Dr. Nancy Fitzsimmons. She's being hooded by Nate Four, and she'd like to offer thanks for her supportive and sacrificial husband, Nate Four. Or are you here? Our last graduate is Corey Jerry's Barden. Corey completed his practicum with Richfield Public Schools. His field instructors were Nikki Keene DeWallow and Joey Corcoran. His advisor, Dr. Ross Allgard, and he's being hooded by Hannah Jerry's Barden, his spouse. Corey would like to thank his mom, Mary, stepfather, Paul, dad, Brad, and stepmother, Julie, for unconditional love and support this last year. Also, siblings Dustin, Daisy, Kelsey, and Bill for being there for him. And friends Sarah and Blake for opening their Waseca home to stay in during weeks of classes. Spouse Hannah for the love, time, guidance, and sacrifices made this past year.
Why don't we just give another rousing applause to our graduates? We're not quite there. We're almost there. But each year we like to offer our graduates to select someone who can give them some words of inspiration. Our graduates have selected Dr. Kimberly Zammit to share some words with all of you today. As I mentioned earlier, Dr. Zamet was not able to be here, so we have a video of her remarks, and I'm looking up at our IT people. So fingers crossed, we will be able to hear and see those remarks. Now, unfortunately, graduates, you're going to need to turn around, and those of you in that back row, oh my gosh. It's pretty close, but we didn't know this is how it was going to go. But ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Zamet.
Hello, I am Kim Zamet. I am a professor and clinical social worker. I have also had the distinct privilege to teach every one of the graduates sitting before you today on this stage. I'm so sorry I couldn't be in person to share this amazing accomplishment with you all. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. This was no small challenge. I'm honored that you all have chosen me to give some graduation remarks. It means the world to me. I just hope I do you a little bit of justice. I want to begin just by saying thank you to your friends and your family for the sacrifices they've made while you've embarked on this journey. I also want to thank you all for the sacrifices you've made. You recall the lack of sleep, writing papers way into the wee hours of the morning, just to come to campus and record your sleep-deprived self in those skills role plays. Some of those are definitely TikTok-worthy. Don't worry, there will be no public postings. I appreciate all the laughs that you've shared with me, and it has been beautiful to witness the fruits of your sacrifices and to watch you in this accomplishment. I've thought hard about what I want to leave you with. I've picked 3 seeds that I want to plant, much like the treatment plan, where the maximum amount of goals for our clients to work on, or else they kind of get lost in the process. So, always teaching, just can't take it out of me. So let me begin with the first one. Be proud of this accomplishment. Very proud. I welcome you all as my new colleagues to this profession. This is a profession I hold very dear. It's a challenging profession. It's where you'll see the worst of humanity, but also the best. Be the light in a dark room. And as you climb mountains in your career, lift those around you up as you ascend. Don't press them down. After all, press is the root of oppression, and this will only leave you lonely at the top. 2, I have to provide a short story. I know short and Kim talking probably don't go hand in hand, but I promise, short story. Have to provide it to give some context here. It's the story of the golden Buddha statue. There was this huge statue of Buddha in this village in Asia. The people loved this statue. It had been around for a very long time. During a long period of severe droughts, a large crack appeared in this clay statue. The monks went to inspect the statue, and when they shined a light into the crack to see this infrastructure so they'd know how to repair it, a flash of gold beamed back at them. They dismantled the clay and uncovered the largest pure gold statue of the Buddha in all of Southeast Asia. The monks believed that the statue had been covered with clay to protect it through difficult years. Much like every one of us, we often protect ourselves from injury or from hurt. We layer up with defensiveness. Thoughts of unworthiness creep in. We begin to believe that we are the covering and don't recognize our inner gold. I want you to stay kind, curious, and non-judgmental with yourselves. These are the pillars of mindfulness that allow us to see our inner gold. Our inner goal is always with us, although at times becomes hidden from ourselves out of protection. Right now, in this present moment, as you sit on the stage, I just want you to stop a moment. I want you to just be. Feel the success. Feel the accomplishment. Feel the happiness. Maybe even some nervousness for what's next. I want you to feel your inner goal. See your inner goal. Third, welcome change. It's definite and it's a constant occurrence in life. Not all change feels comfortable, at least initially. Take the caterpillar trying to emerge from its chrysalis as a butterfly. It actually needs the struggle of squeezing through the small opening in its chrysalis to allow its new form as a butterfly to function. Maybe graduate school was like your chrysalis. Maybe you were the caterpillar, and now, as you sit before us, you're emerging as butterflies. So with this, spread your wings and fly. The possibilities are truly limitless. Congratulations, graduates. Be very proud. Thank you.
While she's not here, we're going to thank you, Dr. Zamet, for those beautiful words of inspiration for our graduates. Before we come to the close, we're going to take our picture, our class picture now. Usually we wait until after and there's a lot of commotion, but we thought we would do this now. And so I'm going to invite our class. Let's see, the first row can stay sitting, right? The second row is going to stand. Now the question is, can you see the third row, or do you guys need to come sit in the front? Should they Yeah. So this, Dr. Beimers is going to take a picture for us, and family, this is your opportunity to take. So let's get everybody sitting. Okay. Comfortable.
I don't know. This is way off. Okay, Beimers. Where is Beimers? Oh, right here. Oh. Whoa. Ooh, that's grab my phone. We need elevators. Okay.
Okay. So before we conclude our celebration, I'd like to acknowledge and thank the people who made this celebration possible. Would the members of the committee please stand when I call your name? Abby Maltier, Alicia Nelson, Yuriana Soto, Wendy Tugas, Emma Dotery, and least but certainly not last, or last but certainly not least, is that how we do that? Rachel Kridek, who did the majority of the work to make this happen. Thank you to all of you who really made this work for our graduates. And IT is always nerve-wracking, and boy, so far everything has gone off without a hitch. So I think we should say thank you to our IT team. So graduates, please stand. Now, before we offer you our final cheer, I ask that you show your appreciation to the family members and friends, both those in the room and online, who supported you on your journey. And graduates, you began this journey as MSW students. You end this journey as mastered prepared social workers, and on behalf of all the MSW faculty and our MSW colleagues. Congratulations, MSW graduates. We wish you all the very best as you begin this next step of your social work journey. This concludes our celebration. Please join us all for some light refreshments in the atrium just outside of the auditorium. If we can cue our recessional music. See if we can get some music going here. Abby? Graduates, we're going to exit to this side of the stage. Friends and family, let's show our graduates some love.